Hello everybody, and this is the space sedge stitch done in crochet. And so this here is got a space in it, so it's a lot faster to crochet. So if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, this is a great one to go. And there's actually a chain one space that is buried in here, and because of that you don't have to do as much stitch work, and it also eliminates the lines. You see normal lines in crochet, so if you don't have a lot of time and you want to blast this thing out, it is double-sided, it is fast, and it is fun. This stitch is in a combination of 3 plus 5. So you go 3, 3, 3, 3, and then when you're happy with the width of it, just add 5 more chain. So we have 1, 2, 3, big enough, yes or no? If not, continue. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Once you're saying that you're happy with the width, just add 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should know that when you do the first chain, the first time you go across, it always contracts by 20%. So this means that if it was 100 chain, it would compress down to about 80 chain altogether once it swishes. Let's begin row number 1. Row number 1, you're going to go second chain from the hook. So here's the first, grab the second. I always turn it to the back side for the most part, and I'm just going to single crochet myself all the way across the back side of the chain. It does a nicer edge. You can't do this with all yarn choices, especially the big fluffy yarns like Bernat Blanket, because those will leave holes. But in this case, you can see that the top and the bottom looks the same because I did it this way. Please just single crochet across your chain. Once you're all the way across the chain, just turn it around, and now we're going to begin and start. So we're going to start this stitch right away, and we just chain 1 and we single crochet into the first one. Then we chain 1 and double crochet into the same stitch. A sedge stitch is normally 1 single, 1 half, and 1 double, all sharing the same, but I find that it just gets lost, the half double crochet, so why do it? So I just do a chain 1, and you can see that it compresses nicely. So skip always 2, go to the third, and do the same thing. So we just do a single, chain 1, and a double. And that's all we're gonna do all the way across. So skip 2, and you'll notice with blankets, what this will do the most is that it'll get rid of the obvious lines, depending on your yarn choice, of course, but it makes the regular line work of crochet go more invisible. So skip 2, go to the third, single, chain 1, and double. And if your stitch counts are right, you're gonna get close to the end, like I'm about to. So single crochet, chain 1, and double. And so when you're close to the end, there should only be 3 stitches left. So 1, 2, 3, and just go to your third one right there and single crochet in. And then you're ready to turn your work and begin again. To do a fresh row now, you're going to just do exactly the same thing. So chain 1, single into the first, chain 1, and double into the first one. So you're still always going to skip 2, so 1 and 2, and the easiest way to notice this is that there's a smaller stitch. This is a single, that's where you're going to go. So if you can identify that really quickly, it'll be in your interest. So just single crochet, chain 1, and double. So skip 2 and going over. So we have 2 different kinds of versions of this stitch. This is the regular spaced sedge stitch. But we also have a spike stitch, which is something else that I've used it for. And so with the extra chain 1 that's in there, you'll find that this will go pretty quickly. So if you don't have a lot of time, this is a great stitch for you. So skipping the last 2 and go right to the last one. Okay, and just turn your work and begin again. And that's all this is. Just chain 1, single, chain 1, and double. And you can stop at any point that you would like to. And if you would like to do the last row is just chain 1 and 1 single crochet directly across to make it look like the very beginning that you started with. Because you can see that the sedge is not right away. I provided that single crochet just to have a nice balance. So whenever you're ready to finish, just chain up 1 as I mentioned, and just single crochet yourself all the way across. So when you single crochet, you got to make sure that you get that chain 1 space that's there also, because you'll be missing a stitch if you don't, and then just going into your other stitches. So just remember that you do have a chain 1 space that you need to fill as you're going all the way across. And this will provide a beautiful balance on the first side or the other. This might be a great dishcloth idea if you were interested in something like that, and definitely probably some clothing or anything at your heart's desire. And you just got to make sure you go right into the very last one so you're not missing any stitches. Okay, and and there you go. So you would just have to fasten off, and you can see it's a bit of texture and it takes away the obvious lines so much in crochet.